Next, we have Natalie Harris.
Hello, my name is Natalie Harris, and I'm the director of the Coalition for the Homeless here in Louisville. I want to begin by thanking the Metro Council for the opportunity to speak about the need for an increase in the minimum wage. And I'm happy to say, before I start, that I personally am gainfully employed and have a job that both I enjoy and that pays me adequately to live well here in Louisville and enjoy my life. But I'm here to speak for the homeless of our city, many of who are so overwhelmed that they're unable to be here tonight. One of these I'm speaking for is a woman who I'll call Linda. Linda lives at a local shelter and has 2 children. She grew up in Louisville with parents that hoped that one day she would live a better life than they. However, she is finding life harder and harder as her expenses increase, but her wages do not. Linda works in the healthcare industry, and she makes $8 an hour. And I don't think anyone else has said this tonight, but I want people to just stop for a minute to realize that at $8 an hour, she makes $16,640 a year with 2 children. That's before taxes. This means that even if Linda can find an apartment with cheap utilities at no more than $600 a month, which would not be easy and will probably put you in a neighborhood which makes it difficult to get transportation to work, she will still need assistance as she will only have $200 a month left for all of her other expenses, including transportation, childcare, health care, clothing, food, and everything else. Unfortunately, we also have over 500 young adults that live in our shelters as adults every year. Marcia, a 19-year-old who left a bad situation at home, had been employed in several jobs making $7.25 an hour while she lived in the shelter, but she was unable to afford to get out of the shelter until she received a housing subsidy from Home of the Innocents, which is funded by the taxpayers. In addition, we as taxpayers are subsidizing both of the women I talked about's food stamps and health care subsidies so that they can make it on a monthly basis on the salary that they receive. And Linda and Marcia are just 2. Over half of the adults who live in our emergency shelters in the city of Louisville work at least part-time. I'm here not asking for additional subsidies for the homeless, but for a fair deal for people who work full-time in our community. Surely, at least for someone like Linda who's working full-time, she could live at a salary that means she could also live the American dream. I'm also not requesting a citywide increase or minimum wage that is unprecedented. Other cities have increased their minimum wage without terrible outcomes. And when I grew up in the 70s, the minimum wage was $2 an hour for a monthly rent of $110. If we were at now an average of $694 in Louisville a month, to reach just that same level, we would need to be at $13 per hour. We're not going to that level, but I ask you to do whatever you can. Thank you.